All right, we are up. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. It is our Tuesday broadcast, y'all. We got some music on in the background. Hope you enjoying it. Hope you're grateful for life. Hope you're, giving thanks for what you got. Today we got a fun show scheduled. Can't wait to talk to you guys about some of this stuff because it's pretty funny. Some of it's pretty funny. Again, I love this song. This young man has something of a life. As usual, we are going to get started around about 5 minutes in. So tell your friends, 7:05. You want to share this out, all right? Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. I may not be looking at you directly because I have something in front of me today. I'm not working out of my notebook. I am working off of a Google Doc. So I'll be going back and forth, all right? Hey! What are y'all doing today? We're gonna... Again, this is Toast by Coffee. Love this song. Can't wait to get into our stories. Your girl has been feeling good. I need to clean off this camera. Hold on a second. There we go. Better. Where y'all at? We got 3 minutes before we get started for real. I wanted to let y'all know Thursday, our broadcast, the timing might be different or it might not happen because I'm going to be out of town. I am going to this conference called Accelerate 180 that I have. So if you have been following me for any period of time, particularly in the beginning, you know that I sweat King Ashley Ann. She's on Instagram. She's a business builder. And she has this yearly conference that she does. And I'm finally able to go. And I'm going on Thursday. I'm going to take y'all with me. I'm going to give y'all little sneak peeks into the conference. So that y'all know what's happening. It's going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas, of all places. I'm really excited because I've never been to Arkansas. Hello to whoever. Hello, Tri-State Media. How are you? Tri-State Media, just wanted to let you know that this is our Tuesday broadcast. Thank you for coming in. We're going to be starting at 7:05, so in about 2 minutes, you're going to want to share this out to your friends. Wanted to let you know that Thursday's broadcast is going to be kind of up in the air because I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to be out of town for a business conference. I'm going to try to get on Thursday, but I don't want to promise that I will. But I'm going to make every effort to do that. I fly out early in the morning, so I'll arrive early, and check-in for the conference is between like 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. So hopefully I can sneak in at least a short episode because I also want to be there to network. All right. We are getting started in less than 60 seconds, guys. So make sure that, you got your share buttons ready. Hello, Kevin with a T. I don't understand how that works. Kevin with a T. All right. Isn't that just Tevin? I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're getting started at 7:05. I'm going to make all my introductions, announcements, things like that. I hope you're having an amazing Tuesday. Hope you're having an amazing week. We are going to learn a lot today. We're going to have some fun. We have some really cool, fun cases. I know, y'all know I'm a big nerd, so this stuff excites me, and I try to make it as exciting as I can for y'all, but I know that you guys may not find it as exciting as I do. But that is just the nerd in me. Gotta love it, all right? All right, so hold on. Do not disturb for Facebook. Hello, Derek Bailey. How are you? All right, it is 7:05, guys. It is now time to share this out to your friends, your family, your coworkers. Share this out to everybody, all right? We're starting our introductions. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. You are watching NPL Legal Dish, my twice weekly broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. You might be, if you're wondering who I am, if you've never seen my face before, never heard my voice, Hi, Nessie Time. I am Natalie Pierre Lewis. I am the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business foundation together. So if you need to get your business registered, if you need brand protection through trademarks, copyrights, patents, things like that, if you need contracts, if you just kind of need a lawyer there to help you sift through the ideas that you have to figure out how you can get them done, that is what I do. If you're wondering why I'm qualified to do all this, I'm so happy that you asked. I have been a licensed attorney for over a decade. I have started multiple businesses for myself and others. I have had many careers in the realms of law, entrepreneurship, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everybody as possible. Okay, not everybody has the time, the money, the desire, the need to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you out here, you have amazing business ideas, and if you're going to be successful in business, you got to know these concepts. There's no way around it. So that is why I get on here twice a week. We talk about these stories, we have a good time, and we learn. All right. If you are interested in any of my business formation services, you can go to the link in my bio, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm. There you'll be able to set up a free 15-minute consultation if you are a first-time client. You can also set up a Talk to Me Tuesday session where you can get a 25-minute session with me for $25 on Tuesdays only. You're also going to find the link to my e-store, and I have a sale going on right now. It is the Restart sale. All of the products in my e-store are 75% off. 75% off, okay? So go to the e-store, get you some knowledge, and build up your business savvy. I've got my trademark toolkit in there. I've got my copyright ebook, my patent ebook. I've got the crafter's contract video training. I've got the brand protection video training. There's so much stuff in there, and it's 75% off. So go pick something up for yourself, all right? Another quick announcement. Thursday's broadcast is going to be up in the air because I'm going to be out of town. I am going to a business conference, Accelerate 180. If any of you follow King Ashley Ann, you know I'm obsessed with her. I'm going to her camp, to her conference, Accelerate 180, that is in Little Rock, Arkansas. So I'm going to try and get on Thursday, but that is also the day that I fly out. And that's the day that I have to go for registration. So I'm going to try and fit in an episode on Thursday, but I don't want to say definitely and disappoint y'all, okay? All right. So now that I have talked to you guys about everything that I am doing, wanted to do a quick recap of what this show is. If this is your first time, I pull stories from celebrity news, pop culture. I have these Google alerts that come in, and I use them to teach you guys about the ins and outs of business. We talk a lot about brands and trademarks and things like that, and contracts, because that's what comes up the most. As I talk about these stories, I'm going to be checking in with you to make sure that you're paying attention. So pay attention. So I'm going to ask y'all to drop emojis, letters, all this stuff, all right? And if you have a question, drop it in the comments as well, if I don't get to it, and I will do my best to answer your question. At the end, towards the end of the show, we talked about this last week. I said that I wanted to start incorporating a Q&A session. I am very forgetful. So when we get to the end of the stories, I'm going to rely on y'all as the audience. If I forget, remind me about the Q&A session, okay? Because I don't want to forget, even if it's just 5 minutes. All right, is that cool? If you guys are okay with reminding me about the Q&A session, give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to get started. All right? Okay, so the first case that we are talking about, guys, actually, it's right in the title. It is BeauBer versus Uber. All right. Now, if you have ever heard of Uber, I want you to give me a U in the comments if you have ever heard of Uber, and I'm sure we all have. All right. Now, yesterday I posted something in my IG stories, and I posted this word BeauBer, and I asked you guys whether you would pronounce it BeauBer or BeauBer. Thank you for the U, Derek Bailey. And 100% of you said that you would pronounce it BeauBer, right? However, the correct pronunciation of that word is actually BeauBer. And I'm going to give you the background behind this word. Okay, so we all know Uber. It's an app on your phone, and you can, call a ride. How many of you guys have heard of the app? I think it's an app or it's a service called Style Seat, and you can book an appointment with a stylist, whether it be makeup and hair, things like that. They have multiple apps like this where you can book beauty services, right? So here's the thing. There's this lady who's out in Florida. Her name is Carolina Vengachia. Vengachia. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I don't know. So she's a hairstylist out in Florida. She started building an app in 2018 so that her clients could book appointments with her. Okay. And the app was called BeauBer. BeauBer. Now, she tried to trademark the name of the app, and Uber filed a notice of opposition. So remember, when you file a trademark application, basically the USPTO office goes out in the world and says, hey, this person is trying to say that they own this word. Does anybody have any issues? It's like when you're at the wedding and they say, speak now, forever hold your peace, all right? So Uber says, hey, we oppose this filing because BeauBer sounds way too much like Uber, and she's trying to capitalize on the popularity of Uber. Now, I understand that Uber as a company has to protect their brand. However, when we think about Uber's like styling, right? Uber is very sleek. Hi, Kayla Johnson. It's black and white. It's very like minimalistic, right? This BeauBer app, it has a 1970s disco look. It's very colorful. And it's always, and the owner, Carolina Vengachia, she says that the U in the BeauBer app is actually silent, so Uber doesn't have an argument. So this is the stylist's argument that Uber doesn't have a leg to stand on, right? On top of the fact that her app is for the beauty business. Remember that when you are trademarking something, you can only trademark it for your industry. So she wasn't trademarking BeauBer because she was, doing a ride share service that was going to bring you to her salon. She was simply making an app that allowed her clients to book an appointment with her in the hair care industry. As far as I know, Uber is not involved in hair care and booking appointments, right? If y'all know different, let me know. Either way, hi Kel 30 Wilson. Either way, Uber says, hey, this lady who's trying to trademark BeauBer, we don't want her to because it sounds too much like Uber and she's trying to capitalize on us, okay? Now, Uber's lawyers, they're just saying like, look, this is just corporate hygiene. We understand that she's not in our industry, but we have to protect our mark and we have to be vigilant. And you do have to be vigilant as a business owner. But if somebody, in my opinion, if somebody is not in your industry, then why are you worried about what they're doing? If I'm selling power tools, why am I worrying about what the girl who's selling bundles is doing? So if you're in the business of rideshare, why are you worrying about what this hairstylist is doing, right? Now, they asked an independent attorney about her case, and they said that she does have a shot because Uber and her services are not in the same industry. The unfortunate thing that's happening with this is that that I have talked about trademark bullying, where companies that have a lot of money, they will go around, cease and desisting and suing smaller companies who they even who they even dream about might be encroaching on their mark. We know that Monster does this all the time. We actually have a case later about Adidas because they are notorious for this. But the problem is that this is really a lot of burden on the smaller business owner, because this lady, this one person, Carolina Vengachea, who just wanted to build an app so her customers in her Florida neighborhood could book with her, the money that she was going to use to develop this app, she's been spending all of it on legal fees because Uber is like, we don't want you to trademark it, right? So here's what I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that Uber is right to go after this hairstylist for trying to trademark BeauBer. First of all, I really think everybody would pronounce it BeauBer because that was what 100% of you said you would pronounce it as. And then on top of the fact that it's an app to book a hairstylist, it's not an app to get a ride somewhere. But that's my opinion. So for you, audience, do you think that Uber should have filed a notice of opposition for a woman trying to trademark the name of her hair appointment app? That's what I want to know from you. You know, Uber's had a lot of, negative press in the past for different things, but I never thought that Uber, which started off as a small company itself, would go around trying to, bully smaller companies like this. Now, Uber has had to sue other companies who have just plain up used the Uber name in their stuff, but I don't think this is a situation where that is happening. Nessie Time said no, Uber should leave her alone. I agree with you, Nessie Time. I think they should leave her alone. Like, she's one hairstylist in South Florida. How is one hairstylist in South Florida going to break the back of the Uber business? I'm not going to go to Carolina Vengachea, the hairstylist in Florida, and be like, hey girl, can you take me down to the mall? Derek Bailey said Uber is being petty. I think Uber's being petty too, but I think that in their minds, they're just kind of being vigilant about their mark, because sometimes you do have to, but this is a little bit of overkill. This is like Monster when they try and go after like anybody who tries to use the letter M. But that's my opinion on it. We will see what happens as it goes, but I really do hope that they resolve this soon, because this one woman, who knows how long she had been saving up that money to develop this app, and because she's tied up in this legal battle, she can't do it. So this is why it's really careful to think about what your name is and how it could, how other people could try and undercut you. You really need to think long and hard about what you're trying to trademark. All right? Cool. So if you guys have any more questions about that, I want you to drop it in the comments, because I'm about to move to the next story. To those who have just come in, you're watching NPL Legal Dish, my twice weekly show where we learn business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity stories. All right. Derek Bailey said, this is the way taxi companies feel about Uber. Huh. I don't know if it's the same as that, because Uber legitimately took business away from the Uber broke the back of the taxi industry. And they were in direct competition, but this is something totally different. This is someone who does hair. She's not involved in transportation at all. So this is why I'm just like, this makes no sense, All right. Okay. But to your point, Derek Bailey, I feel like because Uber is now, in the big leagues, they're forgetting where they came from. You were once a small startup too. So why are you out here trying to really break the knees of small business owners? But that is a story for another day. All right. So the next story we are talking about has anybody heard of the airline Allegiant Air? Allegiant Air. If you have heard of, exactly. Okay, Derek. If you have heard of the airline Allegiant Air, please give me an A in the comments. Okay. I have never heard of them myself. But while I get your responses, do I have any football fans in the audience? If you like football, please give me. Okay, you've never heard of Allegiant Air. Hi, Nat Rock Queen. If you're a football fan, give me a football emoji in the comments. Okay. Yay. I don't know. I just saw the story. I personally have never heard. Okay. Kayla Johnson has heard of Allegiant Air, and she's only flown them out west. So I think it's a regional airline, and that makes sense with this story. Okay. So Allegiant Air, they have pro football. Yes. Allegiant Air, you're still protesting the NFL? I stand with you, brother. So Allegiant Air, I guess they're a regional airline that Kayla has flown out west. They did a $1.9 billion deal to put their name on the Raiders stadium. So I guess the Oakland Raiders, and it's supposed to be called Allegiant Stadium. Nat Rock Queen gave me a football. All right, she's a football fan. So so this airline company, just like you have T-Mobile that has their name on stadiums, TD Bank has a stadium, banks and things like that. Different companies, they buy naming rights for stadiums, right? Well, Allegiant Air bought the naming rights for the stadium for the Raiders Stadium. And they trademarked it. They trademarked Allegiant Stadium, which they should, right? However, they have also filed a trademark for a sports facility by the name of Allegiant Arena, right? Now, think about it. Your name, you already have a deal for Allegiant Stadium, which is for a sports stadium, a facility where sports is being conducted, right? They have also filed a trademark for Allegiant Arena, which is the name for another sports facility. Derek Bailey asked, the new Raiders Stadium. I guess it's the new stadium. I don't follow the Raiders, so I have no idea what's going on with them. Okay. So Allegiant, they bought the rights to one stadium, and then they also filed a trademark so they could hold a name in case they want to name another stadium. And they said they're doing this just in case an opportunity comes up in the future. But my question for this is, let's say Allegiant Airlines, they have the Allegiant Stadium, which is the Raiders Stadium, and then there's another football team that is close by, High Stroke a D, and they buy the naming rights to that, and they have Allegiant Arena. Don't you think that would cause some confusion amongst the public? Because I might be wanting to go to one game at Allegiant Stadium, but then I might mistake it for Allegiant Arena because all I see is the Allegiant name. I think this is a very peculiar case because this is one company trying to trademark these two things, but it could technically be in opposition because if the stadiums are owned by different teams, if you've got the Raiders Stadium and then you've got another team, I don't know who's Raiders. I think they're in California. Does California have another football team other than the Raiders? I don't know anything about California sports other than the Lakers. But oh, you were confused listening to me explain. Yeah, exactly. So let's say So California has a lot of football teams. So let's say each one has their own stadium, right? Can someone please name me? They're trying to monopolize the terms. Can someone please name Okay, let's say you've got the Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers, and they each have a stadium. Raiders has Allegiant Stadium, Los Angeles Rams, and the 49ers have Allegiant Arena. Don't you think that there could be confusion for someone who might be trying to go to a 49ers game and might end up at the Raiders Stadium, or somebody who's trying to go to a Raiders game and might end up at the 49ers Stadium? So San Diego dang, there's a lot of California. Okay, we got California teams: San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, San Diego Chargers. Okay, California, you're no slouch. But yeah, having two stadiums in the same state with the same name could cause a lot of confusion. And then because they're two different franchises, that could cause confusion as well because they're two different brands, right? So basically Allegiant said they're just trying to hedge their bets in case another opportunity comes along. Maybe they'll try and name a stadium in another state. It doesn't necessarily have to be California, but I do think that this is kind of Hi King Tax Services. I do think that this is kind of they're causing more problems than they need to for themselves. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Allegiant should have trademarked both Allegiant Stadium and Allegiant Arena, or should they have just left it at Allegiant Stadium? I don't know anything about Allegiant. I don't know where they fly, except apparently out west. So I don't know what states they cover. Maybe they'll name a stadium in California, and maybe they'll have one in Oregon or something. I don't know if they fly to Oregon. That might work. But if they're trying to, have two stadiums in California, that might be a problem. So what do you guys think? Do you think they should have just waited and see if another opportunity comes along first? Or were they right to protect this Allegiant Arena name? Bah, bah, uh. I'm loving the interaction, guys. I'm learning so much about football today. And while you guys do that, want to remind you that you are watching NPL Legal Dish, the twice weekly show where we learn business and legal concepts using celebrity and pop culture news. If you have a story that you would like me to talk about on the show, please DM it to me. I would love to talk about your stories. Also, I am a licensed attorney and I help entrepreneurs and people who have business ideas get them off the ground. If you want help doing that, please go to the link in my bio, linktree/NPL consulting firm. Kayla Johnson said, I think you should have an entity to name before trademarking said name. You know what? That's a very, very good idea, because remember, when you trademark something, you trademark it because when you trademark something, what you're telling the world is, hey, this thing that I'm trying to protect, I want to make money with it, right? So if Allegiant Air has trademarked the word or the name Allegiant Arena, but they don't have an arena to call Allegiant Arena, what are you really protecting? Smart girl, Kayla. All right. Okay, so if you guys have any more comments about that, please drop them in so I can get to your comments. But we are going to move on to the next story because we're already at 7:30. I did not think that time was going to go this fast, y'all. Okay, so this is a quick update. This is kind of personal, guys. I feel really hurt and attacked by this. You all know I'm from Boston. You all know I'm a Patriots fan. Keep your hate. I don't want to hear it, all right? Patriots all day. Pats Nation. Tom Brady's my quarterback. I don't care about your deflate gates. I don't care about your jokes about Bob Kraft. We win. Show me your rings before you start talking trash about the Patriots. Anyway, I talked to you guys a while ago because Tom Brady was trying to trademark the phrase Tom Terrific, right? But there was all this backlash. Derek Bailey said, yeah, I agree with Kayla. But there was all this backlash against Tom Brady. One, yes, I am from Boston, Derek Bailey. There was backlash because, one, people just hate Tom Brady. I don't know, I guess because he's like the greatest quarterback ever. And two, you learned so much from you, Dallas. You're a Dallas cowgirl. You need to come to DC, girl. Like, it is war during football time. Cowboys and Redskins. Oh my God. Okay. So sorry. Sorry. Let me go back real quick. I'm getting off tangent. Kayla Johnson asked, what happens if Allegiant goes bust? Who owns the trademark then? Well, they've already paid the money. So the name would remain. Derek Bailey said he might have to unsubscribe. Really? That's how it is? All right. The thing is, it's like they've already paid for the name. So if I, you know, let's call it, let's do it this way. Let's say I bought the rights to name your baby, right? And I paid you $2 billion to pick the name for your baby. And then I die. Do you think you're going to be able to change your baby's name? Just like that? I mean, you probably could. It was going to take whatever, but it's kind of like that. It's like I paid you for the right to change to pick the name. So I didn't just pay for the name. I paid for the right to pick the name. So just because I'm not here anymore, the people are still there. The name is still there, right? So it wouldn't change. All right. So now you're a Cowboys fan also? Okay. You know, I got nothing against the Cowboys, but the Patriots are better. So, all right. So I talked about Tom Brady. He was trying to trademark Tom Terrific. The problem was Tom Terrific is the nickname of a baseball Hall of Famer, and he's also still alive, right? King Tax Services said, nope, you'll have to pay money. So Tom Brady said, hey, I'm going to take this name, I'm going to trademark it, but that name was already associated with somebody who was just as famous and was still living. Now, when I talked about the story the first time, I told you that Tom Brady said that he was trademarking it because he knew it was for Tom Seaver and he didn't want the name to be associated with him. So he was basically trying to trademark it to protect it. And we know that you can't do that because you have to trademark in order to make money, right? Quick sidebar, Kayla Johnson said that she roots for whoever team's fans tip the best. I hear you. Okay, so Tom said he was trying to trademark it to protect it because he didn't want to be known as Tom Terrific and he didn't want people making shirts and stuff like that, right? USPTO said that is not good enough. They're like, look, this nickname already belongs to somebody who is living. You cannot trademark it. People know Tom Seaver. People know Tom Seaver. He's still alive. No, you can't trademark Tom Terrific. So they denied my boy Tom, but it's all right because he's going to bring it home in the Super Bowl. Kayla Johnson is not a Dallas fan. All right. All right. So what I want to hear from you guys is, again, I don't want to hear your hate about Tom Brady or the Patriots, is do you think the USPTO got it right? This was a name that Tom Brady, he said, I want to trademark this because people are starting to call me this and I don't really like it. I would rather they not. So I'm going to, Derek Bailey said Tom Seaver played with the Mets. Okay. So he's like, I don't want people to call me this, so I'm going to try and trademark it. But the thing is, the name is already associated with another sports player who is still alive. Not the same sport, but a baseball Hall of Famer, right? Okay, so Derek Bailey said they got it right. I feel like that's, you know, a little personal, but that's fine. Okay, so they deny my boy Tom, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll see what y'all got to say around Super Bowl time, right? All right. This next story, a great picture. I know nothing about baseball. I'm a Red Sox fan because I'm from Boston, but I know nothing. I know Big Papi and Alex Rodriguez. That's it. All right. So we're moving on to our next story. Okay. Okay. This is for my 80s babies. Did y'all watch Double Dare growing up? Or even if you're not in the 80s, if you watched Double Dare growing up, give me DD in the comments if you ever watched Double Dare. Ooh, ooh. And while you give me the D's, I'm going to give you some background, okay? So, Double Dare was, if you never watched it, it was like a kids competition show. It debuted in 1986, and you had kids, Kayla Johnson, born in the 70s, but yes, DD. All right, she knows what Double Dare is. So King Tax Services doesn't know what it is. So it was a game show for children. Nat Rock Queen knows it with her kids. A game show for children. It debuted in 1986. I was 5 years old. Okay. Now, Double Dare was owned by Viacom. Viacom, we know, owns many different shows and networks. They all over the TV sphere, right? Viacom had trademarks on Double Dare, but they let them run out in 2001 and 2002. In the meantime, the show had multiple reboots, apparently. I never saw the reboots because I don't have children. And I don't really, I guess I grew out of it. So 2001, 2002, Viacom's Double Dare. I just sang Viacom out loud. They have a thing. I can't even imagine it in my head. So trademarks run out. Double Dare is, rebooting whatever. 2018, somebody else, a new company called Armstrong Interactive, which is, I had to do some research on them because I could not find anything clear, but they're a performing arts company. They filed a trademark application for Double Dare and Double Dare Live for a continuing children's show. Okay? Now, Nickelodeon, hi Lusky 31, Nickelodeon, which is owned by Viacom, shortly after this company Armstrong Interactive filed the trademark, said, "Hey, we're about to reboot Double Dare again, right?" And they filed 6 trademark applications for Double Dare. Now, so what Viacom did once they found out that this Armstrong Interactive had filed this trademark application for Double Dare, they went to the court and they wanted the court to say, hey, we want you to make a decision right now that we have the rights to Double Dare no matter what. And basically the court said, no, we have to hear both sides. You had trademarks on this. You let these trademarks expire 16, 17 years ago, and you're just trying to renew. No, no, no. We're going to have to see this through. So the reason why I brought this case up is because when you have a trademark, it is your job to maintain it. You have to renew your trademarks every 10 years, and you have to keep an eye out to make sure people aren't using it. So why would Viacom wait 17 years after their trademark expired to file these trademarks? You knew that it ran out, and you wait until somebody else is trying to claim it. So my question for you is, do you think that the court should have just said that Viacom has the rights to Double Dare? Or were they right in saying, no, 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 we're going to decide this because you waited too long? Like, should Viacom have an automatic right to Double Dare? Because they did have the trademarks, but I don't know why they let the trademarks run out. What do you guys think? I personally think the what you call that thing, the court got it right. You know, if you're going to wait 17 years and after someone else says, hey, I want this, to claim it, no, we got to see what's going on here. What kept you from renewing the trademarks? Why did you wait so long? Why did you wait until someone else tried to claim it? King Tax Services said, no, they were right. They waited too long. Okay, so that's one. Nessie Time said, you snooze, you lose. Okay, we got two. And I agree with y'all. I think Viacom was being lazy. I think that Viacom, they are a big media entity, and I think that they were very comfortable and they didn't think that anybody would come for their things. Nat Rock Queen said, no, they waited too long standing. Yeah, I think they thought that, you know, we're Viacom, we out here, people know who we are, boop, 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 ain't nobody gonna take our stuff. And here comes this little company out of New York that says, we want it. So Viacom's gonna have to wait and see if they can keep the trademark for Double Dare. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't come out with the Double Dare show. Kind of. Depends. They might have to work out an agreement. Derek Bailey said, I'm sure someone will be fired, though. Who would be fired? Unless they have the same attorneys that they had 17 years ago when it ran out, who are they going to fire? Who's been keeping up the records, you know? So we'll wait and see what happens with Viacom, but they got plenty of money. They'll be fine. Okay. So if you guys have any more comments about that story, please drop it in the comments. Because I'm going to move on to the next story. I want to make sure that we have time for the Q&A. Remember, I am counting on you guys to remind me about the Q&A at the end, because I might forget, okay? All right. King Tax Services agrees with Derek. Yeah. Okay, we'll wait and see. All right. If you have heard of Rutgers University, please give me an R in the comments. And while you do that, I want to, if you did not look at my story yesterday, I posted two pictures. I posted a picture of a mug with a big red R on it, and I asked if anybody knew what university that letter belonged to, and I didn't get a response from that. But then I posted another picture with Nat Rock Queen knows Rutgers, King Tax Services knows Rutgers. But then I posted another picture that had two R's, one that had a white and black outline and one that just had a black outline. And I asked you if they were too close for comfort, and 100% of you said yes. Okay? Now, here's where this R comes into place. Rutgers University. Derek Bailey said, I'm from New Jersey. Okay, so you know Rutgers. Rutgers is a very famous university. I don't know if it's Ivy League, but it's pretty up there. And they have a trademark on an R that is outlined in black. Okay? Now, there is a high school in Louisiana named Ruston High School, and they had an R logo for their school that was an R that was outlined in white and then black. So this is a high school in Louisiana and a New Jersey university. Rutgers, so I guess, found out they had this logo and sent them a cease and desist, and they're giving them 10 years to change their logo on their like sports gear, their social media, and their website. Okay? It's too close. However, yeah, the letters are too close. But the thing is, if you went to Rutgers and you saw that, would you think, oh, that looks like Ruston High School's logo? Or if you were at Ruston High School, would you say, hey, that's Rutgers logo, or this must be a Rutgers sponsored event? Because what trademarks are meant to do is prevent confusion in the marketplace, right? The market for these two entities ostensibly are different. Rutgers is a university of higher learning. Ruston is a high school in Louisiana. Are they in the same business? Yes, it's education, but it's a different type of education, right? For me personally, I don't think that it was that big a deal. It's a small high school in Louisiana. The high school, however, they're not even trying to go up against Rutgers, probably because Rutgers has way more money than they do. And over the course of the next 10 years, they're going to be changing their logo. So it seems like, at least according to Derek, Derek feels like the logos are too close. The thing for me is, if it was another university, another college, I think I would feel more along those lines. However, I think because it's a high school, and because it's like little kids. I mean, granted, not little kids. It's a high school, but it's still kids. I give a lot more lenience to kids when it deals with kids. But Derek thinks that the letters are too close, and he says that's because you're from Boston. Of course, you don't agree. You know what? You can, I sense a little animosity against Boston right here now, but that's all right because it's lonely at the top, Derek. But yeah, so I don't think that it was all this necessary for Rutgers to go about being like, oh, you got 10 years to change your stuff. Derek said, I went to Rutgers in Newark. Oh, so you're a Rutgers graduate. All right. Okay. See, that's a conflict of interest because you went there. But I understand your point. All right. Okay. All right. So that was just a quick one. Last story that we are, oh no, these are two more stories. I don't even know if we're going to get to this because I still want to do the Q&A and I want to do a proper thing. All right. Quick story. How many of you guys have ever been to like an arcade bar? I've been to one. I was in Kansas City and it was like they had, the old-timey arcades. They had like life-sized Connect 4 and Jenga and all that stuff. Have any of you guys been to an arcade bar? While you if you have, say a yes. If you haven't, say no. And while you do that, I'm going to give you some background. So there is a company in Oregon called Level Up, and they have a trademark for entertainment and gaming services for amusement arcades, bars, cocktail, and restaurant services. Derek Bailey has been to an arcade bar. Now, Oregon and Washington State are very close to each other. And in Washington State, there is a Level Up arcade bar. So you've got Level Up in Oregon and you've got Level Up arcade bar in Washington State. And Level Up in Oregon is, they send a cease and desist to Level Up arcade bar in Washington State because they're like, hey, we have a trademark for Level Up and you're also in the same industry as they are because they are also in an amusement arcade. They are a bar. They do cocktail and restaurant services. Level Up in Oregon has said, look, we've gotten phone calls from people thinking that we are the Washington State Level Up. People have been tagging us on social media and sending us messages because they're confused. So remember, now, obviously, there is a conflict of interest here. You have two companies that do pretty much the same thing with the same name. So I'm pretty sure that Oregon might win because they have the federal trademark. But I want to know from you guys, what do you think they could do to change this around? Because remember, there's not just federal trademarks, there are state trademarks too. Do you think that maybe they could come to some type of compromise on a federal and have a carve out for this one company? Or do you think that Oregon should just go full throttle and say, this is our name, you can't use it? Because they could say, okay, Nobody else can have Level Up, but we will make a carve out for Washington State. This one company can use Level Up arcade bar. What do you think? All right. I think that the thing is, because you have federal versus a state, a federal trademark that's going up against a state business, Oregon is probably going to win, okay? Because they went through the trouble of saying, hey, we own Level Up for arcade. You lost me on IG? Okay, well, I'm glad you popped on YouTube. That's why I do Lula. So Level Up in Oregon, they've got the federal trademark. They've got the standing to say you can't use this name. However, I think that they could come to some kind of agreement with Washington State and have some kind of carve out, or maybe maybe they license out the name to the Washington State establishment. There are many different things that they could do here. So I want to know from you guys, what do you think would be a compromise that they could come to, as opposed to Oregon making this Washington State company completely stop using the phrase Level Up? All right. And while you give me your answers for that, I'm going to go through this question really quickly. Case really quickly, because I still want to get to the Q&A. So this last case, I told you guys earlier, we had a case about Adidas. Adidas is always, can Oregon franchise it? Yeah, that's what one of my questions is, Derek. I'm thinking that maybe they can come to a compromise, and the Washington State location could come under the Oregon franchise with the trademark, and do that instead. But we will, if I get any updates on it, I will be sure to let you know what happens. Or if you find any updates, let me know. Internet is free for all of us. All right, so I told you guys we had an Adidas case. Real quick, Adidas is suing J. Crew. If you looked in my comments yesterday, I think it might still be up there, but I showed you there were two designs. One was 3 black and white stripes. The other one were blue and maroon stripes with white in between, right? And I asked if you guys thought that these were designed by the same company. And it was a 50-50 response from you guys, that you said maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So J. Crew is trying to trying to protect this design, the blue and maroon and ivory stripe design, for use on clothes ranging from tops and shorts to bow ties and pajamas, as well as handbags, luggage, business card cases, and beach bags, right? As far as I know, Adidas does not make any of these things. They make tops and shorts, but I have never known Adidas to make bow ties or pajamas, handbags, luggage, business card cases, or beach bags. Maybe I missed it, but I've never seen it. But they're trying to prevent J. Crew from trademarking this colored stripe pattern, because they're saying that it's too close to the Adidas 3-stripe pattern. Now, we've talked about Adidas so much because their logo is so simple. They are they have to be kind of assholes about protecting their mark, because it's really easy for it to get out of hand because it's such a simple mark. However, I think this is a case where they were way out of line, because the products that J. Crew are trying to protect with this design have nothing to do with what Adidas makes. Adidas makes athletic apparel and athletic tools, right? I've never known Adidas to make, stuff that I just go out on a town. Granted, people, they wear athleisure and whatever, but Adidas and J. Crew, to me, two different styles. So why go after J. Crew when they're not coming for you? So my question to you is, do you think that Adidas should go after J. Crew for trying to trademark a stripe design, or should they leave them alone? I think they should leave them alone, because the things that J. Crew is trying to use the pattern on have nothing to do with what Adidas does. But they are still in the business of clothing people, right? So maybe there's a larger argument there. So what do you guys think about Adidas suing J. Crew, or at least trying to get them to not be able to trademark this striped pattern? And if you didn't see it in my stories, I'm going to repost it after the broadcast. Okay. All right. While you do that, Going to remind you again as we come to a close. This is NPL Legal Dish, my twice weekly broadcast where we learn business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you would like to purchase ad space on the show, I sell 30-second spots starting at $3. Purchase a you can purchase a spot going to the link in my bio, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm. There you are also going to find my 75% off restart sale. Everything in my e-store is 75% off until Friday. So go get yourself something, all right? Derek Bailey said Adidas should go after them. So you think that Adidas should go after J. Crew. Okay. You know, I can see an argument for that, but I also see the nuances. And I think Tanya, are you still in here? Yeah. So we are at the end of our stories. So we're going to do about 5 to 9 minutes of Q&A, depending on how many questions you have. So we are open, guys. If you have questions about business formation, registering your business, Tanya's King says yes. Trademarks, patents, copyrights. If you've got questions about contracts, your personal business, this is your time to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my ability, okay? Oh, also a reminder, Thursday's broadcast is going to be iffy because me and Tanya King going to be at Accelerate 180. I cannot wait. This is going to be my first time going to a business conference like this. And this is actually going to be my first time meeting the lovely Tanya King. I can't wait to meet you in person, girl. Guys, this conference is a dream for me, so I'm really excited about it, but I'm still going to do my best to have the broadcast on Thursday, but it might be at a different time. So do we have any questions? All right. If we don't have any questions by 7:55, I'm gonna close us out. All right. But you guys have been so amazing today. I loved your questions, your, interaction, your energy. I got a little hate for the Patriots from y'all, but that's okay. It's lonely at the top. My winds will dry my tears. But doing this is it is a passion project for me. I spoke to someone today who had booked a free 15-minute consultation, and they told me they've learned so much from this, and it really makes me feel good to hear that, because sometimes you're doing something and you don't necessarily know if you're making an impact. And knowing that you guys really are into this stuff, and your interactions and your amazing questions and commentary, love it. You guys are an amazing crowd, an amazing group. Y'all are dope. So I'm guessing that we don't have any questions. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we have a question from Derek Bill. Yes, I do help you form your LLCs. We get your paperwork together. We send it off. We get it all together. So if you need help with that, book your free 15-minute consultation. Let's chat. Okay. Yes. Any more questions before we head out, my lovelies? And if I sign off and you have a question that you weren't able to drop, you can always DM it to me. I will respond in the DMs. All right. So I think that we are going to leave it at that. I will let the clock hit 7:55 on the dot. And then we're going to head out for the evening. I'm going to let y'all go, live your lives, be with your families. Thank you again so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Derek. All right. Night, y'all.